was a call after the 1984 conference to do this again.
Right.
We did.
I had heard wonderful things from the
Yeah.
people who had been there.
And then your conference came up, and that
Right.
was the
And it
natural
seemed like,
launching
why
ground.
not do this again and keep doing it? Because I don't remember how many you had at your first or 84, but
Mary Lawrence has all those numbers for us, but I think it's like,
well, we had a considerable number in the 85, and then of course thereafter everything became much greater.
we knew we wanted to do another conference, and we knew that AALS was not likely to give us another conference
Yeah,
for
they
like
were
5
very-
years or something like that.
They were very, very bad about giving workshops. Ours was the first. They did another one in Chicago, but Mary finally got one also.
Mhm.
But it was like pulling teeth.
I
It
get
was
that.
clinical education when they came in, of course, was always treated better, and mainly because of money that Pincus gave to all these schools to start their programs. And so they have an annual workshop. And of course, the other disciplines, they were willing to do those. But it's the same sort of attitude that was pervasive with labor writing in general from other faculty members. You know, this should not be taught in law school. There were still people saying it. Will Petrick down in Arizona, for example, written an article saying legal writing should not be taught in law school. You should learn that before you came. And we're wasting our time and resources to do that. So there was still a big contingent of regular faculty who were really upset about it. I even had people in my faculty saying, well, after all, you're teaching the subject verb agreement, right? And of course, we know that we're not teaching that, or we're teaching that, but that's a very small part. And they just got to be educated.
Well, you're right, Ralph. That was a big impetus for forming the institute, though, is that the meetings that were sponsored by the AALS were too infrequent.
That's correct.
And that we only would have an hour or an hour and a half at the AALS
Right.
meetings.
And of course, the annual meeting, the name of that section became converted to, I think, Norman Brand's idea was to make it legal writing, research, and reasoning. And then we alternated every year what the subject would be. Remember, it was mainly a librarian's section
Right.
when I joined it. And so at least we got a legal writing program in every third year, or legal reasoning at least. And but most of those people were still librarians.
So whatever prompted you to invite us to speak at a AALS meeting in 1982? I've been teaching for 2 years.
I don't even know.
I was gonna say.
I know the answer.
Oh, you do?
Fred Townsend,
Oh.
our dean.
I think he didn't even become dean.
Yeah, he was dean.
Yeah, it wasn't James Bond yet.
No.
Cohen was
Cole.
80, but 81 was Fred.
81 was Fred.
Yeah.
Right, 81 was Fred.
Fred knew someone in AALS who knew you, and Fred, as we said earlier, was so supportive of legal writing. He said, well, I'm going to get you on the AALS program. And we'd never been to AALS before.
And then they lost our luggage on the way. Actually, our luggage never got there, so I had to go buy my outfit once I got there.
You said you wanted stories. Here's a story for you, Karen. So the airplane lost all of our luggage.
Well, actually, first of all, the plane was canceled because of fog.
Yes.
And so we decided
Nothing remarkable about that.
We decided to take some initiative and go talk to another airline or desk or something, I don't know. And we managed to get ourselves on the other plane. But unfortunately, our luggage never came with us to Washington, D.C.
No luggage. And
No handouts.
We had a huge box with all of our handouts, but Laurel had the original with her in her purse, I think. So we spent all of our time at the AALS, going shopping, buying something presentable to give this talk with, then fighting with the hotel to get them to photocopy our handouts, and it was wildly expensive, several $100s to photocopy our handouts. And we'd never even been to a AALS before. Finally, the moment arrived, Ralph introduced us. Laurel and I got up, went up to the podium, and as we walked up to the podium, the doors in the back of the room opened up, and it was the airline person wheeling our luggage in our handouts into the room. And I don't know if we burst out laughing or not, but I know we both wanted to burst out laughing.